I didn't talk about the real bad guy and the origin of his problems, his very serious conspiracy, but it has to do with 9/11 and it has to do with loss of faith in the government, and it's a pretty serious statement,
yes.
I must say.
Yes. But I'm not suggesting I believe that, but I'm suggesting he does, yes.
Okay. People always ask writers where they got their inspiration. Do you have any thoughts about that?
As far as this particular book or in general?
Well, either.
This particular book, in general, I have always loved, since I was in high school. I had a wonderful, I know, those looking at me are going to say, this was a while ago, Kevin. It was. High school and college, I had the great fortune to have wonderful teachers, instructors. I have written a lot in my life. I had a business experience for a few decades there that I didn't have a chance to do this. Actually wrote my first short story when I was 12 years old, if we're talking about inspiration. As far as the various, this particular story, I think this is, and I don't want to use a cliche, sort of snatched out of the headlines, and God forbid it happened long before the Mirror. I worked on this long before, as you know, it takes years to get a book written and published. Long before the Marathon tragedy, but I think that type of thing, the type of thing that we hear about and see about all the time, you can go back to Richard Reed and we can't forget about 9/11, but those type of things, I think, I asked myself that question because I've known some veterans who have come home and asked that question, said, again, go back to the one I asked earlier, is there any place left now? There was a time when, let me digress, I'm sorry. There was a time between the wars, if you will, when we came back to the shores of America where we were safe. The question now in the world of today, is there anywhere we're safe? And I'm not trying to frighten anybody. I'm simply saying I think it's incumbent on us to be vigilant no matter where we are, to try, and we're all in this together. We're all in this, as John Kennedy said, we all inhabit this one small planet.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time thinking about him. We're all but out of time, and I want to mention that you have a new book coming out.
Yes.
And it's called
Solo. In the spring.
And it's going to be a completely different theme.
Completely different. I have also a musical background, and it's about a beautiful, troubled, young, perhaps the next greatest lyric soprano in the world, and she faces another classic confrontation. Does she choose love, or does she choose immediate success? And the classic tagline comes from Oscar Wilde: "When the gods want to punish us, they let our dreams come true."
Well,
on that note, I'll leave you.
On that note, we are out of time, and it's been fun as usual. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much, Madeline. Thank you.
Look forward to the next one.
Thank you.
Thank the TV people for watching us. Nice to talk with you again.
Thank you.